Now, one figure that you probably would ordinarily agree with is the former Prime Minister John Howard. He's entered the debate in a strong way today on the front page of the paper, outlining the reasons why he disagrees with the voice. He thinks it will divide Australia and many other reasons. What's your response to his position?
Well, the first thing I want to do is wish John Howard a happy 84th birthday.
Of course. It's his birthday today.
He is our greatest Prime Minister, a revered figure of the Liberal Party and a great friend and mentor of mine. He and I have a different view on this issue. I respect that John Howard, back in 1999, put constitutional recognition to the Australian people. Nearly 60% of us sadly voted against it. I also respect the fact that John Howard always took a practical approach in relation to Indigenous affairs. One of the reasons that I'm on the Yes campaign for this issue is that, firstly, this particular provision, this particular section 129 that we're voting for, the recognition of the voice, accords with the desires of Indigenous people, and it provides something practical. It provides us an opportunity to recognise Indigenous people, to provide for a body to listen to Indigenous people about the policies and laws that affect them, in order to help us close the gap in education, employment, in housing and in healthcare. And that's important because it's got both a symbolic and a practical effect.
Yeah. Look, the Prime Minister has been under a great deal of pressure over the model he chose. You initially disagreed with the model that Labor was going with. Do you think if he had just stuck with Indigenous recognition in the Constitution, we'd be looking at a 90% or so yes vote?
No, I don't think that's necessarily true. And as I say, back in 1999, nearly 60% of Australians voted no to
That was a long time ago, though.
Indigenous people in the Constitution. But there are always people who will regard themselves as guardians of the Constitution who will find fault with a particular proposal. This is a proposal we've got on the table now. It provides an opportunity to recognise Indigenous Australians, and it provides for a practical benefit, which is listening to Indigenous people about the policies and laws that affect them.
Do you think it is on track to fail, though? That's what it looks like at the moment.
Look, I think the most interesting thing in that Resolve poll that you quoted was actually the undecided figure. There are 22% of Australians who haven't made up their mind yet.
Yeah.
And I suspect some of both that yes and no vote is soft. So it's really the job of the campaigns going forward to engage with and convince Australians that this is worthwhile doing. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing it in my electorate, at forums, in local community halls. I did it in Wagga the other day, and I'll be travelling to other parts of the country to encourage Australians that this is a change worth pursuing.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by here on your travels. Thank you very much.